Hi guys. So I think I've got some excellent news for you. Um, so what I want to speak about is concerning this picture that you see here. So this is basically Virgo and the dragon. So it's the Revelation 12 sign, and this could be another scenario that perhaps has been overlooked. But before I take you down that rabbit hole, because it's very, very interesting, I first want to start by blowing you away. So make sure you got your seatbelts on, because what I'm about to show you, you will struggle to believe. But what I want to tell you is that we all know that the tribulation, well, some people believe it's 7 years, some people believe it's 14 years. And even that 14 years is broken into a 7-year and a 7-year part. So 7 years typically is like the Great Tribulation period, also known as Jacob's Trouble. So with that in mind, just if you didn't know that, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow you away. And here it is, guys. Read those headlines. And this is happening on your watch. Whilst you're alive, you're actually witnessing this. And I want you to just take a while and absorb that, because that'll give you some sort of indication of how close we are to Jesus' return. Okay? And with that in mind, I'm going to start this video. Okay. So, where are we? Where are we with the Revelation 12 sign? So this is where we are today. Okay. So I hope that's clear enough for you guys. So we've got Virgo in front of us. And so this is the Revelation 12. Well, this was the Revelation 12 sign back in the year 2017 around September. Okay. The only difference is she had 12 stars above her head, which represented a crown, okay? And she was pregnant with Jupiter. So Jupiter's like the king planet, okay? And then that Jupiter stayed in her womb for like, I think it was 9.5, 10 months, something like the gestation period, or a bit longer than the gestation period of a child in a normal pregnancy. Which kind of blew us all away at the time in 2017. And she was clothed in the sun, and she had the moon at her feet. So we were all fixated on this birth that was about to happen in the stars. And it kind of was going to blow us all away, because, wow, did it match Revelation 12 to the T, man. Coincidence or not? But here is where I felt there's something that we didn't understand, and I think I might just understand it now. So the sign is almost happening again. So you've got Virgo there, okay? But you don't see Jupiter. You see a child, I think that's an asteroid, that was in her belly. So again, you find her giving birth to an asteroid called Child. Now, if that doesn't raise alarm bells, I don't know what is. Mars sometimes is recognized as the dragon, you know, or Satan. Now, of course, we all know Revelation 12 sign talks about the dragon wanting to kill the child, but then God comes and snatches the child away. And that snatching is the rapture, typically. But there's something we've overlooked, and that is the moon. See, there's no moon at her feet. The moon was at her feet back in 2017. Okay? The other thing is there's no Jupiter in her belly. So I really feel that the Revelation 12 sign back in 2017 represented Jesus. It was a picture of Jesus, because we had the big king planet that she was giving birth to. We had the crown. Now, if a crown doesn't represent Jesus, I don't know what does, okay? Because he is the King of Kings, okay? And we had the moon at her feet, okay? So what I believe is that the moon represents God's people. We all know that the moon represents Israel normally, okay? But when Jesus was born, there weren't just Jews that were involved at the birth or saw Jesus at the birth. There were Gentiles too, the wise kings, there were shepherds, So I see the moon as representing God's people. So God's people were there when Jesus was born. So this means the crown was on her head. Jupiter was in her tummy. She was clothed in the sun. The moon was there to see the child be born. Okay. However, I just want to draw two things out here. Okay. So first of all, the child's been born now. So we're sitting at October the 1st now. Okay. But the child isn't at the knees. Now, typically, when a child's born, before you lift it and put it on the mother's chest, if that's going to be the case, typically the head will pass the knees, number one. Okay? So it's close, but it's not past the knees yet. So there's still hope there. Okay? But I want you to think of this. If the moon represents God's people, you can see here that the moon has been snatched away in the second sign. Okay? So the first sign, God's people were there. Second sign, the moon's been snatched away. Well, where did the moon go and where will it be? So I'm going to forward this to the 8th of October because I find this really interesting. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th of October. Okay? Where's the moon? So the moon's not at her feet. Why? Because the moon's been snatched away. So where is it? Where did it go? So if you go here, oh look where the moon is. It's sitting in the constellation of Cancer. So I looked into that. And I'm hoping this will blow you away. So, this is the biblical view on the crab, okay, in the constellation of Cancer, okay. It says here, the Arabic al-Sartra is he who holds or binds together, okay. The Greek karkinos, encircling from Arabic Khan, and inner and cur encircling. This gives Latin Cancer crab ancient Akkadian is Sulcana, excuse the pronunciations, the Caesar, so Caesar, to seize, to snatch out, right? Or possessor of seed, okay? So we are Jesus' seed. Jesus is the seed, the ultimate seed, right? All of these names show the Messiah's possessions. Are you the Messiah's possession? Held fast, a bright cluster is called, I'm not going to even pronounce that word, okay? A multitude or offspring. Are you part of the multitude that is going in the rapture? Are you part of Jesus' offspring? The brightest stars are holding and sheltering or hiding place. So are we in God's hiding place during the tribulation? Assembled thousands, okay? Thousands. North and south, I'm not going to pronounce that word again, are the two asses, as in donkeys, okay? As when God used the wild ass in Job 39:5. So we're in God's hiding place. It speaks of God's hiding place. The crab possesses, keeps safe. So we are now, the moon is now in God's hiding place on the 8th of October, guys. Let that sink in. So before the first sign, the moon was at the feet to witness the birth of Christ. You could say that was even the birth of the church, okay? Second time it's happened when there's a child asteroid. When she's pregnant with the child asteroid, it comes out, the moon is no longer there, it's been snatched up. It's been snatched up. So the amazing thing happened to me when I was driving to church today is that I turned up the road, and I live near Table Mountain in Cape Town, and right on the table was a full picture of the moon. I mean, the moon was actually there, not a picture. In real life, it was there, just above Table Mountain. And the first thing that came to my mind was Psalm 23, where he prepares me a table in the midst of my enemy. And again, the moon was right there, and it was daylight. It was like morning time. I was going to church. So I'm going to take that as a sign. Anyway, so I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen on the 8th of October. I'm just sharing some of my findings with you. And I'm just saying maybe we ought to consider the moon as representing God's people, and it's now being snatched up. 8th of October. That's all I'm saying. And then together with that other 7-year warning from the UN, well, not warning, news from the UN, is very interesting that it happens at this time. So guys, let's keep looking up, eh? Cheers. Have a good week.